And this is Leslie Einhorn. We are your directors today. I'd like to welcome everyone, especially students from the ULOA School. Can you say good morning?
Good morning.
Okay, for those of you, how many of you have seen a play or musical or something like this before, something on stage before? Raise your hands. Good. Put your hands down. So, when you see something that you like on the stage, like a nice song or a dance, how are you going to show them that you liked what you saw? How are you going to show them? Why don't you do it for me? Everybody.
And are you going to talk to those people on stage?
No.
Because in this show, we use not only the stage space up here, but the actors also come down on the floor, very close to where you were sitting. Okay? So if you're very close to them, are you going to try to tug on them?
No.
Are you going to talk to each other? Are you going to say, hey, look at her?
No. Very good. I think you know. You're on your best theater etiquette. I'd like to welcome Rebecca Cherney, who is our Summergate director here at the back. We had two fabulous assistants this year, Allison Albrecht and Victoria Frings. Would you just
And I just wanted to point out that all the songs that you hear were written and composed by Michael. And you'll be singing them for the next 3 weeks. They'll be running through your head. They're beautiful songs, and it's really an amazing piece of work. He adapted the book into a play and then also wrote and composed all the music for it.
I just want to point out that one member of our board of directors has found the time to come, and her name is Louise Custer.
We have 33, right? 33 students have worked diligently for 3 weeks to put an hour's worth of entertainment and education, bring it to you, and it has been wonderful. It's been a wonderful 3 weeks, and it's a very, very intense program. From 9 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon, it's not easy, let me tell you. And they have stayed together. They've done a fantastic job.
And this year, because we were team teaching, we were able to go even deeper with the characters. And every character that you see, whether he has 50 lines or 1 line, knows exactly who that character's family is, knows about their personal history. They've gone really deep into the characters, and I think you'll be able to see that with their acting. Enjoy the show.
Thank you. One more thank you, special thanks to Rooftop, faculty and administration for letting us use the space this summer. It's been quite a process. We had painters at the beginning of the session and they were gone, thank God, and we're here and we're happy to be here. And so thank you to, I don't forget who's here from Rooftop. I see a few Rooftop personnel. Thank you for coming, we appreciate it.
himself before he starts his day.
Washing himself? Whatever for?
Oh, haven't you heard?
Heard what?
He fancies himself a prince.
A what?
A prince, Father.
We don't have time for this nonsense. We have a family to feed.
Father, when will we ever have time to study?
What?
Tom is always spending his time on learning.
Nan, you know that Rabbi Andrews is helping him to become a learned man.
That's right, Nan. We're only silly girls too.
Girls, no one said that.
But I'm going to say more in a minute.
I just don't think it's fair.
Nan and I do work hard to bring some extra coins and some bread.
I know you do, girls.
A man has to be more than a beggar all his life. He has to learn a trade.
How about sewing?
Perhaps could be a thief like you, Father.
I've had enough out of you. Now pipe down and find your brother.
Get that ruffian here. He's got work to do.
Don't be hard on him, Father.
Don't be hard on him, sire.
He is my son.
Perhaps if you give him some time, he'll see things your way.
But my dreams, Chancellor, they trouble me.
Put your dreams aside. Your son will make a great king someday. All this talk is depressing, my king.
Your Majesty, you mustn't worry yourself over nonsense.
Nonsense! I'm talking about the future of England.
Do you doubt your son, the prince?
That boy's not ready to take the throne, and I fear he'll never be.
But we've given him the proper tutors. He can even write in Greek and Latin.
He has everything he needs to be a great king.
Yet he acts like a young boy.
He has been forgetting about his studies lately. He told me that something wonderful is awaiting him.
And being king one day isn't enough?
Go on to the next page, Tom.
Est udusquisque faber ipse
Sway.
sue fortunae. Every man is the artisan of his own. Oh, I don't know the rest.
Of his own fortune.
A fortune? I know you think it's strange, Rabbi, but I know this fortune will be mine someday.
Tom, I am trying to help you become an educated man, not a wealthy man.
Now you sound like Mother. Learn all you can, Tom, so you can have a good home someday.
Your fortune lies in what you make of your life, not how much money you have.
I'll bet being rich couldn't hurt. The last book he gave was about this prince. He was lucky, born into a wealthy kingdom, yet very unhappy. I couldn't understand it.
Yes, I remember this story. This prince felt lost in his world, unloved by his own family. He didn't have what you do, Tom. Your family loves you very much.
But I give it all up, see the world with someone else's eyes.
A few points for a hungry lad. Help out a needy family.
Excuse me, madam. Might you have some food available for my famished friends?
He's not serious.
Does he think he'll make any money that way?
His father wouldn't like it. His grandmother would crown him for it.
Believe me, it's the only way for me. I would rather beg in style.
You still think of yourself as royalty, don't you?
Tom Cannon from Opal Court. That's who you are. You always think about your station. There's no sense in it all.
Why not? I could be a prince, and you a duke or an earl.
All hail Prince Tom of Opal Court.
All hail the prince.
All hail the prince.
Prince Edward, this way comes.
All hail the prince.
I would like to see the prince.
Away with you, beggar child.
I am not an ordinary beggar. I am royalty.
You, royalty?
You're nothing more than a boy, a mere peasant.
Do not mock me. I am Tom Canty of Opal Court.
Away with you, beggar Tom. If you return, I shall strike you myself in the name of the king.
Halt, soldiers!
Your Majesty.
Wait, boy.
Yes, Your Majesty. I am your servant.
Soldiers, how dare you use the name of the king in this rude manner? Is this man a citizen of England?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Then bow to him as you would me, and apologize for your actions.
Apologies, kind sir.
Apologies accepted?
Yes, Your Majesty. Apologies accepted.
Very well then. Soldiers, back to your posts. What is your name, boy?
Tom Canty of Opal Court.
What an odd little name. Hast thou family?
Yes, a mother, father, sisters, and grammar.
You have a kindly grandmother, do you?
No, she likes to take to the drink and gives me beatings daily.
Beatings? Why doesn't your father stop her?
He's the one who prescribed the beatings in the first place.
Then to the tower for them both!
Oh no, the royal prison is not for the likes of John and Grandma Canty. It should only be for important people.
All fathers may be alike, for mine has royal temper, but uses it not on me. He is a strong king, who rules with a heavy hand. I'm afraid I won't become the kind of king my father would like me to be.
My father isn't proud of me, but I have a good life. In Opal Court, we have parties in the streets. I run about with my lads all day. We pal around, race each other, and fight until the finish. We swim in the river and play about in the summer.
I would give all the king's riches for one day in Opal Court.
And I would give everything for a day in the palace.
It is possible. Haven't you noticed? Look at me.
With you in my rags, and me in your silks.
We have the same voice, same looks. It's as if we could be twins.
Are you ready for a great adventure?
I am, Your Majesty.
Take my place, change my face. Would you like to have a brand new life?
dare mock the prince?
But I am the prince.
Again you attacked to soil his name.
I will teach you a lesson, you ruffian. Here's my lance. Now be gone.
It worked, only too well. The Lady Jane and Lady Elizabeth. My lord, have you taken ill?
Do you play me for a fool?
You haven't come out of your chamber in 2 hours, Your Majesty.
Please don't toy with me. I am not your majesty. I am poor Tom Canty of Opal Court.
Oh, Edward, what kind of game is this?
Please don't humor me. I am mad with distress.
Does your father know of your illness?
My father, he only knows I pretend to be a prince.
This is serious. Send in the king at once.
Send for the king. Oh, sister, what can we do for him?
Please save me from this torture.
The king enters.
My son, are you ready for the royal banquet?
I am not worthy of the finest banquet. I'm not even worthy of the creme of your feet.
Edward, you're not well.
He's been talking nonsense all evening. I think he's playing with us. Some sort of parlor game.
I think he is ill, Your Majesty. He needs some royal guidance.
Then, my prince, your uncle Hertford shall stay with you until you are better.
The Lord St. John wishes an audience with the prince. Send me a page. Might I have a seat?
As you wish, Your Majesty.
I have come on matter most urgent.
Have a seat then.
Wait, but he is not allowed to stay in your presence. Do not command him to do so.
Oh, how dreadful the chains of princehood.
Your father, the king wished you to receive.
Great. What?
Do you not remember receiving the Great Seal?
No, I cannot recall it.
I must ask you, are you well?
The prince is in need of some distraction. Though he acts in a manner strange to us, do not mention it to anyone. Once he had had some entertainment, he will be rested and well again.
Are you ready to go then?
Ready to go where?
Your Majesty, to the royal banquet, don't you remember?
I'm afraid I don't, Uncle.
From now on, my prince, you must seem to remember. Your father's reputation is at stake. You seen the prince? Spent hours alone in his room.
Edward, Prince of Wales?
Yes, he's acting very odd.
He seems to not even know his own name, or the names of his kin. They say the prince has gone mad.
And the king is taken ill.
Truth be told, the king may only have days to live. What will England do without a real king?
And a loony prince.
All hail the mad prince!
What's to become of us?
happened to you?
I am not Tom. I am Edward, Prince of Wales.
He'd better quiet down.
Grammar will scold him tonight.
I will teach you to come home without a penny.
But I am Prince Edward. You are strangers to me.
Tom, look upon my face. Do you not know me? Your own mother?
I have never set eyes upon your face.
I'll set him right. Give him to me and he'll remember it all. That side of my wooden spoon will help his memory.
No, please be kind to him.
You know he means no harm.
I have a better idea. We'll send him out of the house until he returns with some food and money.
But it will be cold tonight, and he's not dressed for it.
Let him suffer. He's a crazy, wretched child.
Ladies on your knees, you can't stand in the presence of royalty. Now out you go, you mangy mutt!
This awful court is not what I thought it would be. This is my father's kingdom. Where are the servants?
Your Majesty, here's your royal coat.
Your Majesty, here's your chair. Please wait until I place the royal pillow for your comfort.
And I am the servant who will put on your shoes.
Really, it's not necessary.
What?
I can do it myself.
But Prince Edward, it's required. You must follow the edict of the king, your father.
Very well, go on.
We will help you stand, Your Highness.
I will fix your hair for the banquet.
And I will polish your nails. Stay still and give me your hand.
Will you walk for me too?
If you wish, Your Majesty.
Oh, brother.
My prince, we have found you at last. Where have you been, your majesty? We have been looking all over for you.
And you'll be late for your royal supper.
Finally, some subjects who recognize me.
Enough nonsense. Show your goods. Come on then, what have you pilfered for our game? I have a brass candlestick stolen from a weary traveler.
A few rolls of bread rolled my way up a bread basket.
And a few coins jumped right from a gentleman's purse into my empty hands. And what did you? I have a bound book, and if it ain't worth the paper it's written on, it'll make a good fire starter. And what did you bring, your highness?
Why, you're all thieves.
You're one to talk. A smoother talking thief there never was, Tom Canty.
But I'm no thief, I tell you.
I know what this is about. You don't have anything for us tonight, do you?
Tell me you brought something for a gang of bandits.
I have nothing for you
We
bandits.
should string him up for this.
He's too good for that. We'll torture him until he calls his true name.
But I tell you all, if you let me go, I'll reward you with riches.
Get it.
But I am Prince Edward of Wales, son of King Henry.
That isn't possible, for there's no Prince of Wales.
What is this nonsense?
Haven't you heard?
The news has been all about the town.
There can be no prince because King Henry is dead.
My father is dead?
Yes, that must make you the new king. Long live Edward, King of England. All bow to the new king. But he needs a title befitting a beggar king. I know. Long live Foo-Foo, the first king of the mooncalves. Foo-Foo the first. All hail.
Long live the king of the moon cast.
royals. But now, sadly, I am king.
Welcome, welcome, King Edward.
My father was Henry, King of England.
Many have entered, but so few are worthy. You have cast aside the crown for the life devoted to holiness. You are worthy.
Thank you for your generosity. I only seek shelter for the night.
Shh, I wish to tell you a secret.
Yes, go on then.
I'm an archangel.
An angel.
And sometimes I have great wings to fly with.
I am the prisoner of a mad woman.
I should have been pope. I visited the heavens in a dream and was told I could have been pope. But the king dissolved my religious house and sent me out, homeless and alone. You know the king?
Yes, I've told you already. I was the prince, his son. Now I am king.
Yes, yes. Now you must rest. Here, have a drink of this wine and have a nice long rest.
Thank you, but
You wouldn't want to insult your host, would you?
I'm sure a small sip wouldn't hurt.
Good. He's asleep for a little while. I'll tie him up and make him pay for putting me out into the streets.
Hello? Is anyone there?
No one here but a mere holy woman.
I met a boy wandering the woods not long ago. He was dressed in rags, and he claimed to be a prince. Have you seen such a boy?
Oh, you mean the royal boy just in rags. He was here for the night, but went out again. He should return shortly.
You sent him out on an errand?
Why, yes.
You are a liar, man. I have seen this boy, and if you asked him, he would not go. He takes orders from no one. What is that noise within?
It's nothing. A mouse. Or a mouse.
There it is again. Which way did you say the boy went?
This way.
Good. Then you lead and find the boy. I shall wait here. If you do not return with the boy in 1 hour, I shall have your head. My boy, you are safe now.
Who are you?
My ascendant is here to be your protector, boy.
Boy, I am the new king of England.
He is mad. He now believes that he is king. I will humor him.
You may address me as sire or your majesty.
Yes, your majesty. Here, we must rest from our journey.
I will rest. You stand guard there.
I forgot. Since he believes himself to be a royal creature, I may not sit in his presence.
You have a noble way about you. What is your story, sir?
My father, Sir Richard, is a rich and generous man, but my mother died long ago. I have an older brother, Arthur, who is kind, and the younger Hugh is mean-spirited and underhanded.
Have you a wife?
No, but there was a beautiful woman in my life named Lady Edith. She was betrothed to my older brother, Arthur, and would inherit a great fortune from her father.
Did she marry Arthur?
My devious brother Hugh was in love as well, but with Edith's fortune. He sought to ruin Arthur and steal Lady Edith, along with her estate.
And did you not tell your father of these wrongdoings?
I did, but he was crafty. He made me out to be a madman to my dear father. So, my father, being tricked, had me sent away for years to be a soldier and become a man.
Have you seen them since?
No, in my last battle, I was taken captive for 7 years, and I'm about to return home for the very first time. Then I met you, and then saw that your troubles were greater than mine. I rushed to your side, my king.
You are a noble man. I must grant you something. A large estate or riches, perhaps?
I am quite tired and in need of rest. If only I could sit down for a while, I could have the rest I so badly need.
What shall it be? Anything.
I haven't. I have no need for riches. These I shall have when I return home. I request that I and all my heirs shall be able to sit in the presence of the king.
Rise, Sir Miles Hendon, knight. Your wish is granted.
And now I become a knight to a kingdom of dreams and shadows.
I'm a knight of dreams and shadows.
lad. Who are you?
Do you not know, Your Majesty?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
I am the whipping boy.
Why have you come? My mind is not with me these days.
What they have said is true. I ought not to mention it, but you are not well, Your Majesty.
You may be honest within these quarters. What have you come about?
Well, you have missed your Greek lessons 3 times this week.
And you are to whip me for it? This is much like poor Tom at the court.
No, I am to take the beatings for you. That is my job.
Your job? Then as king, I relieve you of our position.
Then I am ruined, and my family as well.
Ruined? How so?
My back is my bread, and without the work I shall starve, and so shall my family.
Then I shall make your job permanent. You shall suffer no more. You can be of service to me.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
You are familiar with the workings of this court. Can you instruct me the daily duties of a king?
It would be my pleasure, sir.
Lord Hertford to see the king. Send him in.
It would be wise, Your Majesty, to begin to dine in public. This would ease the minds of those who think you are not well.
Barlow?
Your Majesty will dine. And have you remembered about the Great Seal, sire? Your Majesty is not prepared to show the seal today. And will Your Majesty attend the trials? Yes, you will see him there.
Hertford, I wish to be alone with Barlow.
As you wish, Your Majesty. We shall expect you at the trials.
Barlow, tell me about the trials.
Well, your father was not known for being a forgiving king. He was quite feared among his people.
Then it is my chance to be a just and beloved ruler.
Let the trials of this court begin. Prisoner, come forth.
What is your offense?
She has poisoned a man to death.
Have you anything to say?
I didn't do it, Your Majesty. I wasn't even in the area at the time of the wrongdoing.
I know this woman. She saved a boy from drowning a week ago. She could not have done this thing.
Your Majesty, grant that I may be hanged.
Hanged? What is the sentence now?
She's to be boiled in oil, sire.
There's only one way to get rid of the vermin. Constantly pick at your skin. If you send them to prison, they'll only return with food in their bellies and freedom to burn. They'll be back on the streets with new lessons to learn. Let's boil them all in oil. Boil them in oil. Will help to reduce all your toil. You'll give them a bath when the fire is hot. Just boil them all in oil. Boil them in oil. Will help to reduce all your toil. You'll give them a bath when the fire is hot. Just boil them all in oil. So take my advice like your father. The criminals will disappear. If you send them to prison, they'll only return with food in their bellies and freedom to burn. Going out on the streets with new lessons to learn. Must boil them all in oil. Boil them in oil. Will help to reduce all your toil. You'll give them a bath when the fire is hot. Just boil them all in oil.
shall be no more torture of this kind.
But there was the matter of the poisoning.
What is the evidence?
Two men saw someone go into the house. A witch foretold of a man dying of poison. Later that day, the man did die.
Did you see her administer the poison? And are you certain it was this woman?
No, but there was a witness that they saw her. And what about the witch?
It cannot be true. On the morning in question, I couldn't have been in two places at once.
I would like to hear a reason, prisoner. I know her to be a good woman.
Go on, prisoner. Where were you that morning?
I couldn't have been taken alive, for I was saving one. I helped to save a child from drowning.
Yes, it is true. I believe you, good woman. You are free to go.
But the witch?
Do you doubt the ruling of the king and his court?
No, your majesty. Thank you, your majesty. You will rule with a fair hand. God go with you.
Welcome to Hendon Hall, my king. My father and brother and the Lady Edith will be so glad to see me.
Who is this man?
Brother Hugh, embrace me, for it is I, Miles Hendon, returned from many a long battle, home at last.
You're a touch stranger, for I know you not. Who do you imagine yourself to be?
Imagine? I am not imagining. Look, it is I, your brother, Miles Hendon of Hendon Hall, and your father, Sir Richard.
Now you know how it feels, Sir Miles. They do not take you for family, as I have not been taken for royalty.
Hugh, you're playing a trick on me. Look me over carefully. I may be the witch for wear, but surely as I stand here, I am your brother.
It is not possible. A letter came telling us 6 or 7 years ago that he had died in battle.
It is true, sir. Our fair master, Sir Hugh, used to have a brother.
But he died long ago.
No, it is not true. My father will know me. Call him.
One cannot call the dead.
My joy is stricken. Call my brother Arthur. He will know me.
He is also dead. None remaining except for 5 servants, myself, and Lady Edith, my dear wife.
This will slay him, his true love to his wretched brother.
No! Look, here comes that beautiful creature now. Let us ask her life.
Edith, do you know this tortured creature? He thinks to know a lady like you.
Edith, you are so beautiful, but something sad shows in your eyes. It is I, Sir Miles Hendon, returned from many a long battle.
Can you speak, you wretch of a girl? Do you know him? I know him not.
How can you say so? He has some talent. The servants will know.
Servants, do you know this man?
No, sir.
But where is my servant, old man Marlowe?
He is gone. Servants, turn out this ruffian. Away with him.
But he is armed, sir. I will fight him.
I don't have the strength. They seem to remember your fighting skills, but remember you not.
Then we shall leave them to the streets. Come away from these mice.
We shall see you hanged if you have done wrong to Sir Miles.
Do not cross him, sir.
He can be brutal.
How can you defend him?
I don't defend him. I'm bound to stand by him as his wife.
But I am Miles, you're Miles.
Even if you really were Miles Hendon, that great man of honor, I would ask you to leave. Hugh has power over all in Hendon Hall, and would have you beaten and stripped of your honor.
Edith, you do know me.
No, please leave before he finds you again and turns you into a slave, as he has turned me.
Lady, fear not, Lady Edith. You shall return.
Master Duke has asked us to see you to the streets.
He wants us to give you over to the law as impostors.
But we cannot.
When his father was alive, you were good to us.
We're sorry about what has happened.
But he would see us jailed if we let you return to claim Hendon Hall.
As King of England, I will restore your honor and your estate.
And my Lady Edith.
rightful king's head.
What am I to do? I am not the rightful king.
Be not afraid, my king. I will guide you.
Stop! He is not the king!
I forbid you to crown this man.
What is this nonsense? And the king acts as if he's gone mad again.
I am the king of England!
Soldiers, let him loose. He is the king.
The king is ill again. Let us continue and remove these ruffians.
I am Tom Canty of Oval Court. He is the rightful king.
There is a strange resemblance.
If it may please the court, you may ask me certain questions that only I would know.
But sire, I have been schooled well in your ways. With the help of Marlowe, the whipping boy, I can answer almost any question.
Marlowe? But he's the son of my servant, old man Marlowe.
Yes, Miles Hendon, you have returned.
Thank God I'm certain who I am again.
There is one question you have yet to answer, Your Majesty.
What is it then?
It is the matter of the Great Seal. Where can we find it?
The Great Seal? That is an easy riddle. Marlowe, go to my private chamber and find a panel in the left corner of the floor and find a brass nail. Press upon it and you shall find the seal.
Go quickly, Marlowe.
If he cannot find it, we shall turn you both out. Have you the Great Seal?
Alas, I did not find it.
How could one misplace such a large golden disc as the Great Seal?
Wait, was it round and thick with fancy letters upon it?
Yes!
And you do know where it is, because when we met, you put it in a different place.
I do not remember.
Remember the first night when you gave me food and drink? We switched clothes, and you saw the seal placed upon the table.
Wait, I do remember. I heard someone coming to the chamber door, and in my haste, I hid the seal in the arm-piece of armor that hangs on the wall. Go quickly, fetch the seal.
My king, you are restored to your rightful throne.
All hail the true King of England.
And let it be known that Sir Miles Hendon, a knight to royal court, shall have his estate restored, and his brother Hugh to be locked up until further notice. His lady Edith may stay with him at Hendon Hall.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
I've come for my son.
Tom, it's you. Tom, your dear mother has come for you.
Mother, sisters, where's father?
He has gone away with grammar and a bunch of thieves.
He will surely come to find that I am no longer his little beggar.
You need not worry. You and yours are under the protection of the king now. No harm will come to you.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
And now let us rejoice, for I have seen suffering among all of my people, and I shall make things right and rule with fairness, as Edward, the true King of England.
Take my place, change my face. Would you like to have a brand new life? With my face, my estate, you'll have servants to erase your strife. Take my place, change my fate, and you'll find a world that you will love. Take a chance, I can't wait for the new life I've been dreaming of.
Weren't they great? Thank you very much for coming. Another performance will be at 1 o'clock. If you'd like to come back, that'd be great. Thank you.
Oh.
can greet your people after you finish greeting who you want to say hello to. We can get your clothes changed and everything else was. We're going to have lunch. Yes.
Grandparents of the child. Okay. Parents couldn't come. Let me get your information.
Yeah. I'm just doing it as a parent myself.
Oh, I see.
My wife, couldn't come, and other people couldn't come. So, but I'm gonna do something with this. Make a copy or something. Yeah, sure.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. That's actually no big deal. So why don't I just get your information?